3 years ago, my mother was diagnosed with IPF. It was very difficult for our family because this was a vibrant, healthy, active woman who essentially gets pretty much a death sentence.
The hardest part, we have 3 kids, and calling them up and saying, I have this disease and it's progressive, there's no cure, and I was given 3 to 5 years to live.
Well, I mean, when I think about my grandmother, I always just think about being at the cottage with her, you know, taking us to the beach in the summer, all those kinds of things. So she was awesome. Slowly but surely, there was, you know, a lot of coughing, whether she was at the dinner table or just speaking, and, you know, that cough would get kind of aggressive at times, and I think that's when we could, you know, start to tell that you know, it was getting a little bit worse.
You could tell from her face that she was hiding it. You could see her doing the breath and then turning away from us so that maybe we didn't see it.
I loved sports, I loved sailing, and was a phys ed teacher, so I could do all those things, and all of a sudden I couldn't even lift the sail on the boat. See your wife, you know, shoveling snow when you can't, and your sense of usefulness diminishes.
What we struggle with more is the knowledge of how IPF can end. You know, it's a really tough ending, and to think that you just have so much trouble breathing.
My name was submitted for a lung transplant, and I said, you know, I am 73 years old, or will be, and I've lived a pretty good life, and if some 20-year-old kid wants it, I'm not going to take that away from them.
That's not an option to a 78-year-old, 79-year-old. I don't think she was going to be a recipient of a double lung transplant. So we just kind of accepted that, and you just move on, which is essentially what my mother, you know, has done.
I'm somewhat frightened of not being able to breathe, and what that does to your body, and what it does to your head. The brain is a funny thing. It causes you to think of all kinds of things you don't want to think of. Like, what is it like really dying? What is it like lying in bed, not being able to do anything? And so that's a frightening prospect. But that's sometime down the road. So today is today, and each month is another month. And I'll live it that way.